Hello everyone. So this is my idea for the next 3 videos. It's like embalming my desk at the moment, but so I plan on doing some mini journals with some little packs here to use up some more of that packaging paper. Yes, you may. Then I want to do some stamping on some label paper, make some labels with sticker label paper. And then I found this fun little piece on the paper outpost and I thought it was wonderful, so I made my own version of it. I like the basic way of how she did it, but at the same time I wanted to do my own thing, which is this, and I'm excited. So this is what we're working on for today. I found that doing this was easier with 3 sheets. I didn't use regular, like the double-sided scrapbooking paper. I used one-sided scrapbooking paper. And so let's get going with this. I'm not going to go through this because we're going to be doing this together, piece by piece, the whole thing, and then just a simple paper clip to clip it on. Alright, so first things first, I got some plain paper and I picked out 3 sheets that were similar but a little bit contrasting out of this Kirby Tisdale Studio, the paper outpost, or the paper studio. It's 80 sheets of paper. I thought this would be great paper to use for this project. So again, I obviously kept my little scraps paper here. So first I gotta decide what this one's going to be for, like the little notebook and my innards to a point. And then this is going to be our basic piece here. So this is where I just grab a glue stick and I glue the inside. That's all I'm doing, is gluing the inside portion of this. And I'm not being very particular with it or anything else like that. I just want to make sure it stays together. So that's it there, and then I try to get it as close to the edge as I can, which it isn't going to be perfect, which is fine. Then I take my art glitter glue and I start gluing my pieces together a little better on the edges. And I do this with all 4 sides just because, again, this is a way easier process doing it this way to make sure it stays where it needs to stay and everything. This is my way of doing it. Again, everybody has their own way, but I didn't want to use all my art glitter glue on this, so that's where I came up with this idea. So there we go. We got all 4 sides glued down. We're good to go there. Then I take my chopper here, my lovely little piece here, and we cut 4 inches off from the top. So this way 12, this way would be 8. Then, instead of using a bone folder, I sometimes like to just do a little measure out. Because it should come up to 12. So this is how I do it. You don't have to do the same. Okay. It ain't gonna be perfect. What about there? And then I just set this down to about the spot I want it. And again, I'm just bending it according to where I want it. So there we go. We got ourselves something that looks kind of like a box, but it isn't. Which I really like at the moment. Then we're going to take the time and add some pieces of fabric. So then this part don't peel. It just makes your whole thing just a little bit stronger on them binding points. And again, I just take off the little bits of thread if they're in the way. Now, I know Pam uses the finger tool. I don't like using the finger tool. I'll be honest with you. I think it drives me more nuts than anything. So I've learned not to do that. And this is just coffee dyed fabric. And then we have little pieces that are left behind, of course. Alright, do I want that side or do I want this side? I want that side. So there we go. We got that going now, which I really like. Now, what do I want to, I think I want to leave this front part, plain. I do like the idea of using this as a pocket though. So I'm going to cut some pieces off of here. So I want to cut a 3-inch piece here and another 3-inch piece. And you know what? We'll just cut this into 3s. Well, let's make this 2¼ inches actually. This is going to be my topper, and then this will go in another spot. So sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to figure out what you exactly want. So one at the top, one at the bottom. And that's how them pockets are made. Very simple, very easy. You use your glue. Actually, the one side needs to be Fabri-Tac because it's going onto fabric, and I learned this fabric don't like the art glitter glue, so yeah, Pam did a double pocket here with this first one. It looked better as a belly band because I wanted to leave this showing. I originally thought this was going to be on the outside, and it ended up being in the inside, and blah-de-da-de-da, basically. Had to find a way to make it work. Now I really like this piece, but it's going to be obviously way too long. And this will just, I don't know if I want to make it a pocket or just a tuck spot and undo that. You know what, I'm just going to make it into a pocket and call her good. And that's sometimes how it goes. And again, anything that I knew would be hitting that fabric, I'm trying to make sure gets treated diligently. So there we go. We got them 3 taken care of. And as I said, I'm planning on using a 3rd page to do some of the inwards stuff. So, and then this lovely piece I will cut down to whatever size I want to do. So it can fit right in that middle spot. The pages. Alright, so now we're gonna get going with our little journal for the inside piece. And how I came up with this is I just took my piece here. It's a little above 5 inches. It's like, or 5.5 inches, just a little bit above it, which is fine. That's how I came up with my cover there. Then I take this piece and what would fit directly underneath this. So I don't want it to fit perfectly, but close. Okay, then I stick this in here to see if I do that, if there's enough space, and there isn't. So I need to cut it down just a little bit more. And again, I just keep on doing this where I double check to see how well it will fit into that bend. That's why I kind of wanted that gap of making this one just a little smaller, was so I had enough space. And this is good. Now this is where I wanted to start my inking process. I don't know why, but that was, it's too white in my mind. So that's what I'm working on now, is to darken that up just a bit after I get these corners. And I also have to do these corners. So there we go. We got our corners done and punched. Way easier. Whew. Sorry about smacking that. And then I start my inking process. This is how I did it. You don't have to, you could have been inking everything at the exact same time or when you wanted to. I just, this piece I thought automatically needed to be inked. And I do not ink everything. I just, for some reason, this piece feels like it's something you just need to ink. Don't know why. Like, I didn't ink everything with that one either. I just, for some reason, these pieces felt like they needed a little ink. So we got that going. And this is where I, again, am grabbing some plainer pieces of paper. I'm trying not to take my yellow pieces, but my white pieces that are mixed in here with it. I don't know what kind of paper this is. I want to say it's a part of carbon paper. I don't know. I got it from a garage sale for free, so can't really complain when you get free paper like this that's just plain. I just think, oh my goodness, I can use that for 1,000,001 different things. So there we go. We got this lovely piece happening. Now I'm going to take the time. I set it where I'm thinking, okay, does this look great? And if it does, this is tough paper. You wouldn't think that with how thin it is. There we go. We got that going. Then again, I'm thinking of the height where I want that height at. And again, this is just what I do. You don't have to do what I'm doing. And I admit I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be. And the amount of paper you use is all your personal preference. So my oldest, when she gets up in the morning now, she's been watching different Disney movies instead of always the same ones. I thought that was pretty interesting. Again, I do me. When it comes down to these, I don't try to do other people. I want these about the same width though. All right. Again, I just find it's much easier if you can do this, and I find these are perfect for, like she said, for a Christmas present or something else like that. I like making these types of things to go with journal kits. So if I'm making a journal, I want to make it into a bundle or, you know, something like that. I don't want to just give a person a journal. I like to bundle it with folios like this or that I come up with, that type of thing, just because why not? So I'm just doubling these pages up. And then I can do this. One. Yeah, this definitely makes it a little bit easier to separate them small ones out, but at the same time have them within the little journaling space here. Now we'll make the journal quick. And this is like a little tiny mini journal, basically, within the journal itself. my tiny bobby pins. So I like doing the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I think it makes life easier to do this with. I find this is the easiest for me. Now, this may not be the easiest for you. You can take your sewing machine and sew them on. Again, it's kind of your own, what you want to do. Two, three. Again, everybody has their own little thing they like to do. I like using waxed thread personally when it comes down to making these. I find it makes my life easier, and it stays where I want it to stay better. I have no clue what my daughter's doing right now, but that's okay. Again, I just find it keeps it stiff where I want it. Because this is a very basic little piece. And again, I don't have to be perfect with this. It's, again, a very basic piece. I wasn't trying to do too much here. So there we go. We got that done for the innards. Now we can go on with what we want to do for the rest of it. And I can put this away. Now I was thinking this might fit rather perfectly, and I am starting to think that I did do that rather perfectly. Now I got to decide which side I want, and I think I want the doily side out, so there we go. And that's where it's sticking. Very, again, simple and easy, and a nice place for someone to write in. Now I have these pieces left, and I was thinking this is nice and simple. I'm just going to take a staple to it. So we got that going. Now you can take something as simple as a postage stamp, and this one's just of a key. If you have a piece like this that you're just like, unsure what to do with it. There, I decorated it. I know, what a concept, decorating, just a little tiny decoration on here. So we got that going. Now this piece, I was thinking we could stick into a spot, but I'm starting to think that still might be too tall. Okay. We're gonna do it this way then. So I'm folding it into a fourth instead of having it a big piece. And then I'm, again, just sticking it in there. Now this one, this is definitely going to be interesting. Okay, we gotta make our first fold. And then I'm just going to fold it inside itself. Fold it inside itself. And fold this up in it. So this should, not sure if it will, should, yeah, it fits right in there. So we can add a little something to here too. Great idea, right? Just add a little something. I have this lovely card here. You know what? We're gonna use this tiny little playing card, and we're just gonna glue her on. So there we go. This will open right up, and we see her peeking out. Okay, then we take our journal here, and again, it's a perfect little piece that you can fill with whatever you'd like and add whatever you want to it to make it feel really cool to you. So I have one of these pieces. I keep my little pieces that I use for, like, if I'm taking stuff off of my, this came off of a piece of clothing. I really liked the lace on it, but couldn't keep it all, so I just kept bits and pieces like that. Works great as little tassel here, and that's what I use to stick this together. So there we go. Another little folio. And this one, again, it didn't take me very long to do. And now I have two. And they're about the size of a traveler's notebook. So, I mean, you could make it into a traveler's notebook easily, or add it into one of them traveler's notebook things, because of the factor of us. Ooh, don't like that though. Because we have this little bend and that little bend, it makes it so we can add it to a traveler's notebook piece if we really wanted to. Just saying. So, there we go. We are completed. And I hope you, again, enjoyed this video. You know what's up next is a few of our other pieces. And I somehow lost my cap, which I do a lot. So I'm going to go look for that. Have a great day or night. Bye.